Hello there and welcome to the Finnish countryside. This video will be a bit different one. Here I will mostly just talk because many people say that they are happy to know also about the not so nice sides in some countries, especially if you are planning to move to somewhere. It's good to be prepared. So if you rather look nice videos from Finland, then I recommend to skip this one, because in this one I will tell the worst things in Finland. My list is not very long and I haven't really been collecting anything. Of course there are some other things as well, but I don't know. I just want to give you some thoughts and to see maybe behind this all this Finland is such a great country and so on. However, let's see. So, back again. Those who have been here longer, they know that I'm not really a fan of complaining about things which I can't affect, because that just doesn't bring anything. But there are certainly a few things in Finland which I don't like that much. Everywhere you can all read how Finland is the happiest country in the world and Finns are so happy and it's such a perfect place to live. Of course, everybody knows that there is no such a thing as a perfect place. That's why I just want to give you some thoughts. Some of you will immediately say that no, that's not right, and it's not like that, and that's okay, because you some of you are living in a bubble, and so I'm of course also living in some kind of bubble, but I do hear other opinions, other things, not only those which I like, because that's the life, isn't it? However, so my bubble is not that thick. The first thing which disturbs me a bit in Finland is the very widespread socialistic world view. I do think people who need help should be helped, but I think Finland has crossed a line. It's not anymore helping those who need the help. It's making people depend on the state, because I don't know, when did it change? As I started working almost 20 years ago, you were just so happy that you got a job. That didn't matter which one. I was like washing dishes on a gas station with €6 per hour or so. However, today the people are actually saying in the public with their own faces that no, I'm rather unemployed than go and make a job which is not good enough for me. And that's a huge problem, I think, because with that you are actually saying that you are more worth than some kind of job, and other people should go to work so that you get your unemployment money. And that's really not right, I think. If you think it's right, that's okay. But I don't know, would these people go to other people and say to their face that yes, I think it's right that you go every day to work and get money, not only for your family and so on, but also for me, because like some of them say that I have studied 6 years. Doesn't matter what you have studied, Most of them have studied, of course, some weird stuff what nobody needs. However, they say, I have studied 6 years, so I deserve something better. Okay. Yeah, I know. The ideology says that you should only be doing things which makes you happy, and you shouldn't be working something which is not developing you further, and so on. Yeah, okay, if you have the possibility for that. But if not, then you have to work something else, because so are other people doing as well. And now, as I have said that, now many people think that, oh, you're so right wing, that word which I cannot say here on YouTube. And that's not right. I'm not right. I'm not left. I hate all the parties. And because I know that all the parties are just willing to grow the state even more and more. They are just, every party is doing some other things, but no one wants to cut it. That's why I'm whether right, neither left. And that's also a thing what Finns don't really understand, how big the state has grown. Because actually many people are telling that Finland has a free market economy. No, okay, yeah. If you compare to like North Korea, I think it's always the question with what do you compare it. Really, it's so strongly regulated and subsidized that you really can't talk about a free market economy anymore. And this is a huge problem in Finland because all the magazines and TV shows and so on are bringing mostly only these kind of things. And even though we have so many examples from the last 200 years or more, how the socialism, how the communism, and all that kind of stuff has brought only misery and poverty and just ruins everything. It's still that those people believe in that. They believe that this time it will be different. Of course, it will not be different because that is how your brain works. That is how people work, how people want to do stuff and so on. But everybody needs to test it, I guess. I don't know. Of course, I understand that these people don't want to ruin you. They don't want to have this misery and poverty and so on. They just want that everybody is equal and everyone has the same possibilities and so on. It sounds very beautiful, but it just can't work. And it always ends up there that yes, everybody is equal poor, everybody has equal misery life, except of course the most highest ones. The second very bad thing in Finland is the healthcare system. I have mentioned it many times, but I think I have never explained why I don't like it. And it's because I got used to the Austrian system. That is the problem, because many Finns think that it's very good here. And I have to say, before I left Finland, I really wasn't thinking much either, because I didn't have another compare. But now, as I have to say that it's just horrible. Just a small compare. Okay, if I need a doctor in Austria, I go to internet and then I watch which one I would like to have. Then I can read what other patients have written, and Then I just call him. Hi, can I have an appointment? Yes, come then. Then okay, yes, I'll come and buy. Then I go there, show my e-card because I am paying taxes. I have my e-card. Then I show it. They say okay, yes, and then I get whatever I need, and then I go and everything is ready. Here, I haven't been like really sick or sick at all. I just needed to have my receipt, and that's why I called in Turku, this Turku Central. I have to call a central if I want to go to the public healthcare. Of course, I could go to a private doctor. That's my free choice. But for that, paying so much taxes already here in Finland, I don't know why should I pay 150 euros extra for 20 minutes to see a private doctor. Yeah. However, I called Central. They know nothing about me. I have to explain what I need. Okay. Then they say, okay, in 6 weeks, I have a phone appointment for you where your doctor, which is determined by your address, so where you are living, you can't choose. The doctor will call you and say when he will have time for you. Okay, in 6 weeks, also. Yes. And then he calls me in 6 weeks and says, I don't know why I'm calling you. Okay, then I explain my thing. Then he says, okay, then come in, I think it was 2 weeks after. Okay, so 8 weeks. Then I go there and he doesn't know why I'm there. So I explain my thing for the third time. If you are like really, really, really sick, then you get, or acute something, then you get a treatment. But there are people who are going to get treatment or to see a doctor to Russia or to Poland. Well, I think Finland is giving a picture of himself that Finland is such a great welfare state and so on. I never thought that somebody would have to leave to Russia or to Poland to see a doctor, because here it doesn't happen, but it's the truth. Oh, and what I hear a lot is that if you compare it to other countries, it's of course good in Finland. Yes, of course, if you compare it to some third world countries, it is good. But you can't compare it with something like that. You have to do it with countries which spend about the same money for the healthcare, except that's another reason. Some people say that if we would just give more money for it, then it would work. No, you see it in the USA, that USA has like costs like so to the next one. And is it working there? No. More money is not a solution. What I like a lot in Austria is this home doctor system. Everybody has his own home doctor, and like I said, you can choose by yourself. It's not a system which is saying you who you'd have to take. And then you can choose a nice doctor. But this is also a problem. But the people say that it's rewarding the hardworking and the nice people, and these doctors who are not that hardworking are not rewarded. Well, that's the life, isn't it? Maybe there's someone who thinks this way and can explain it to me. Then I will understand it better, maybe. And then there's the third problem, which I don't like, and it's the smartphone culture, especially by the kids, because they are getting their smartphones before the first grade. And because all the adults are thinking like, yeah, it's normal here, and this is how you do it, and so on. Even though it's normal, and even though all do it, you don't have to do it. And especially if you give no limits for the kids, it's I don't know, do I have to tell all these things? I hope people can inform themselves what this does for the brain, not only for a child's brain, but also the adults. The adults are having so many concentrations problems and everything, so much everything, and then they are staring their smartphone like 6 to 8 hours a day and saying, "Oh, well, it's normal." No, it isn't. It isn't. Your brain is not made for something like that. And of course, with the kids, all the statistics show how the kids can't read anymore like they used to. They can't concentrate like they used to, and the people are like, whoa, what's going on with the kids? So those three things were things which I can't affect, but which sometimes affect my life. Not that much, but I'm not that keen to listing some things which really disturb me here, because then maybe I'll just concentrate on those things. Of course, there are some smaller things which are a bit annoying, like alcohol, the alcohol monopoly from the state, and so on, but they really don't affect my life that much. But there is one thing which I was really afraid of, and that's the November. That's also something which I can't affect, but how I go with it is, of course, a question which it's in my hands how I do it. And last year I made a video about survival skills, and this year I also included ice swimming to that one, because there should be so many good things in it. And why is November such a bad thing is that it's just so endless gray and you really don't see the sun. I think maybe the Finns can do it better because they know it, but because I know how the November also can be, and I'm used to see the sun so often. That's why last year it was quite difficult. However, here I said last year that in the countryside it will definitely be easier, and it is, especially because we got the snow. In the last video I showed you how was it the first days of November. We got so much snow, and even though it melted then away, we got it back again. So a white November has definitely been a lot easier to handle than this endless grayness that we had last year in Turku. Oh, and how about Russia? Well, for us, it doesn't have a real effect because between us and the border there are 300 kilometers, so we really don't have to be like afraid of something. As we were searching a place for us, we also saw some beautiful houses or homesteads near to the border, and very cheap, of course, but it wasn't a thing which we wanted to have. And now we are, of course, very happy to be here. So, I hope you liked the video. I think some of you didn't, and that's okay. But maybe you started to think about something. Of course, I know it's difficult if you are thinking in a certain way and then you are hearing something, then it's not that easy to change your opinion or start to look further some things, especially with all this kind of stuff, because because it's very often pushed to some like I said, in the right edge, and then you are like worst human being of all. Mm. However, now I wish everybody a nice weekend, and we will see us maybe in the next time. Bye bye.